Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
हरे कृष्णा। चेतना के कूपन्स या कार्ड्स अगर नहीं लिए हैं तो नीचे अवेलेबल है, यू कैन रजिस्टर एंड टेक द कार्ड्स एंड कूपन। हरि बोल।
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'd appreciate if everybody sings. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Everyone together, please sing.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Please sing. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Louder. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna. Okay, so we heartily welcome you for the monthly Chetana festival. So this time for the Chetana festival, we have a dual celebration. We will be having both dance as well as drama. So is everyone ready for it? Yes. So loudly say Hari Bol. Okay. So the upcoming dance presentation is by Nancy and team. They are going to present a beautiful Vrindavan Leela between Shishi Radha and Krishna. So we request the team to please come on stage.
लगे है पूरा दिन यही यमुना के तट पर बैठी रहूं, यहाँ से कब ना जाऊं।
हाँ रे गोपी, सही कह रही है तू। जाको पानी कितनो मीठो है, जाके वृक्ष लताएं पुष्प कितने कोमल और सुंदर है। जे लोग आ गए, यहाँ के बानर बैठ न दे।
अरे राधा, तो पतो है नंद गांव पर चोर है, इन बानरन से कम ना है। सबरी ब्रजवासिनी परेशान है वहाँ से।
अच्छा, हाँ हाँ, वे गोपियन के घरन जाके माखन चुरावे, मटकी फोड़ देवे, खुद खावे और तो और बानरन ने भी खवावे।
पर राधा, तो एक का बताऊं, वो ऐसो चोर है, मैं देखूं तो सुध बुध भूल जाऊं।
हाँ, बाकी घुंघराले बाल,
हाँ, बाकी तेरी चाल,
बाकी तिरछी नजर।
तिरछी की साथ साथ खोटी भी है। वहाँ से बच के रहियो, वो कब वो कहीं धरना दे दे।
मेरी सुनो सखी मेरी सुनो, मेरी सुनो सखी मेरी सुनो। रात मेरे घर ग्वालों को लेकर, रात मेरे घर ग्वालों को लेकर आधम का सखी छेल छबीला। आगे कहो कुछ आगे कहो, मुझको सोती जान के माखन चाखन को चला रंग रंगीला। आगे कहो कुछ आगे कहो, बाल सखाओं की सीढ़ी बनाकर, बाल सखाओं की सीढ़ी बनाकर छिके तक जा पहुंचा हठीला। तेरी सखी में तो देखती रह गई माखन चोर के माखन लीला। धन्य सखी तू तो धन्य सखी, रोचक है बड़ी रोचक है तेरे माखन चोर की माखन लीला। धन्य सखी तू तो धन्य सखी। तुम भी कहो कुछ, तुम भी कहो, तुम भी कहो कुछ, तुम भी कहो। सोई रही थी मैं अपने भवन में, कान्हा ने मोहे आने जगाया। हाँक रही है क्यों हाँक रही है, डाल के आसन प्रेम से माखन मैंने अपने हाथ खिलाया। हाँक रही है तू तो हाँक रही है, तेरे यहाँ सखी होगा कहाँ। तेरे यहाँ सखी होगा कहाँ, कल मैंने जिसे अपने घर पाया। तेरे भी संग वो मेरे भी संग है, सब में एक ही रूप समाया। श्याम ही जाने श्याम की माया, तेरे भी संग वो मेरे भी संग है, सब में एक ही रूप समाया। श्याम ही जाने श्याम की माया।
और तुम्हारी माया तो परमात्मा भी नहीं जानता, स्वयं ही आमंत्रण देकर मुझे बुलाती हो, फिर माखन चोरी का दोष लगाती हो। मेरी भोली भाली मैया को ताने उल्हाने देती हो, मुझे दंडित करा के आनंद लेती हो।
ये माखन सारा तेरे लिए, सब कुछ है हमारा तेरे लिए। जी लगता नहीं तुझे देखे बिना, कुछ भाए नहीं तेरे आए बिना। माखन को हाथ लगाते नहीं, ठाकुर जी के भोग लगाए बिना।
अच्छा, लगाओ माखन भोग। आहा, क्या स्वादिष्ट माखन है। जैसा माखन है वैसे ही खिलाने वाले भी। अरे लो, तुम्हारी मान मनोहार में मैं तो भूल ही गया कि मैंने किसी और को कहीं और मिलने का वचन दिया हुआ था।
तो संग खेलूंगी और रंगीन तो
रसीले भाव से चाव से मैं तो संग खेलूंगी होली। सावरे सुन सावरे तेरा स्वागत है मेरे गाँव रे। जो शांताकार पे सजे, जो मेघ वर्ण पे जचे, जो विश्वाधार पे खिले, तेरे रंग के जो रंग मिले। ओ ऐसा रंग कहाँ तेरे लाऊं, सोच सोच कर वारी रंगू मैं तुम्हें कौन सी रंग बनवारी, रंगू मैं तुम्हें कौन सी रंग बनवारी।
दीर्घ प्रतीक्षित मधु क्षण आया, होंगे एक ब्रह्म और माया। जग बस इंद्रधनुष को जाने, तेरे रंग नहीं पहचाने। और विलंब ना कर रंगने में, ओ बरसाने वाली।
रंग मिलो कर स्वीकार मुरारी, रंग मिलो कर स्वीकार मुरारी।
अंतर की प्रीत रंगों में उतारे राधे कृष्ण।
नए रंग सौ डाले राधे कृष्ण। बिरज में धूम मची है होली की, देखो धूम मची है होली की।
हमें मस्ती चढ़ी है होली की, ओ हमें मस्ती चढ़ी है होली की।
बिरज में धूम मची है होली की, देखो धूम मची है होली की।
Hare Krishna. So we thank Nancy and the team by loudly chanting Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Okay. So is everyone aware what is the topic of this time? Yes? No? What is the topic? Words have power. Words have power. Okay. So one of the most epic book, the holy book is Bhagavad Gita. Very good. So those are the words of Lord Krishna spoken to Arjuna. So those words are full of wisdom, right? Similarly, there are different types of words which can have different impact, okay, in the way they are spoken. So let us see small incidents from the epic Mahabharata. How the words spoken there had different impact and what was the result. So I request the drama team to please take the stage.
कृष्ण। Hare Krishna. So today we are presenting a drama on power of words. So चलते हैं 5000 वर्ष पूर्व महाभारत की कथा में। तो चलते हैं, हम आज कुछ 5 सीन्स देखने वाले हैं। तो महाभारत की शुरुआत में चलते हैं, जहाँ पर महाराज शांतनु और सत्यवती है और उन दोनों के मध्य बहुत प्रेम है। तो देखते हैं इस सीन में क्या होने वाला है और कैसा संभाषण है।
सत्यवती, तुम्हारे और मेरा प्रेम बहुत ही गहरा संबंध है, इसलिए मैं तुम्हारे सामने हमारे विवाह का प्रस्ताव लाया हूँ।
महाराज शंतनु, मुझे आप ही से विवाह करना है, किंतु आपको पहले मेरे पिताश्री से बात करनी पड़ेगी।
प्रणाम महाराज।
प्रणाम।
मैं अपनी पुत्री के विवाह आपके साथ अवश्य करूंगा, किंतु मेरी कोई शर्तें हैं। क्या आप उसको परिपूर्ण करेंगे?
क्या शर्त है आपकी?
मेरी ये शर्त है कि मेरी पुत्री का संतान हस्तिनापुर का उत्तराधिकारी बनेगा, ना कि आपका पहला पुत्र देवव्रत।
नहीं, यह संभव नहीं है। मेरा और गंगा का पुत्र ही उत्तराधिकारी बनेगा।
नहीं नहीं, अगर ऐसा है तो मैं अपनी पुत्री की विवाह आपके साथ कदापि ना करूं।
सत्यवती, जैसे पिताश्री बोलेंगे वैसा ही होगा।
मैं अपने पिता के दुख का कारण बन रहा हूँ। यह तो मेरे जीवन की सबसे बड़ी असफलता है। एक पुत्र को अपने पिता के सुख का कारण होना चाहिए। इसलिए मैं अपनी माता गंगा को साक्षी मानकर एक प्रतिज्ञा लेता हूँ। मैं आजीवन ब्रह्मचर्य का पालन करूँगा और हस्तिनापुर के सम्राट का सदैव दास बने रहूँगा।
पुत्र देवव्रत, ये तुमने इतनी भीष्म प्रतिज्ञा क्यों ली?
पिताश्री, यह तो मेरा कर्तव्य था।
पुत्र, तुम्हारी इस भीष्म प्रतिज्ञा की वजह से आज से तुम भीष्म के नाम से जाने जाओगे और मैं तुम्हें इच्छा मृत्यु का वरदान देता हूँ।
तो देखा आप सबने भावनाओं में लिए गए निर्णय का भविष्य पे कैसा भयानक परिणाम होता है। ये तो आप सब देख ही रहे हैं। चलिए आगे देखते हैं और क्या होता है।
सीन 2, कुंती देवी और सूर्यदेव।
आज मुझे दुर्वासा मुनि से यह मंत्र का आशीर्वाद प्राप्त हुआ है कि मैं अपने मनचाहा देवता का आह्वान करके उनसे पुत्र की प्राप्ति कर सकती हूँ। परंतु क्या मंत्रों से भी पुत्र प्राप्त हो सकता है? प्रयोग तो करना चाहिए इन मंत्रों का। किन्हें बुलाओ? सूर्यदेव।
कुंती, तुमने मेरा आह्वान किया है। इस मंत्र से तुम्हें एक पुत्र की प्राप्ति होगी जो मेरे ही तरह तेजस्वी और बलवान होगा और मेरा ही अंश होगा।
अरे नहीं नहीं सूर्यदेव, मैं तो केवल यह देख रही थी कि मंत्र प्रयोग कर रहे हैं या नहीं। मुझे अभी कोई पुत्र नहीं चाहिए। मैं अपने राज्य गई तो पिताश्री को क्या मुख बताऊंगी? मैं किसी को बता भी नहीं सकती कि मुझे ये मंत्र मिले हैं। नहीं सूर्यदेव, मैं पुत्र का लालन पालन भी नहीं कर पाऊंगी।
नहीं कुंती, दुर्वासा मुनि ने जो दिया है वो सफल नहीं होगा, किंतु मैं जाते ही यहाँ से तब आपको पुत्र का प्राप्ति होगी। और चिंता मत करो, चिंता मत करो। चिंता मत कर, राधा संभाल लेंगे। उनका नाम करण रखना।
ये क्या हो गया? ये नादानी में कैसे भूल हो गई मुझसे? ये कैसे हो गया? मैं तो बस देख रही थी कि मंत्र प्रयोग कर रहे हैं या नहीं, उपयोग है या नहीं उनका, और अभी मुझे एक पुत्र है। नहीं नहीं, ये नहीं हो सकता। ये नादानी में कैसे गलती कर दी मैंने, क्या भूल कर दी मैंने। और एक बार जो मुख से शब्द निकल गए उसे वापस भी तो नहीं लिया जा सकता। नहीं नहीं, मुझे इसका त्याग ही करना पड़ेगा। नहीं।
देखिए, नादानी में कहे गए शब्द का कितना बड़ा परिणाम होता है और फिर पछतावा करना पड़ता है। इसका अपने भविष्य में बहुत भयावह परिणाम हमें करना पड़ता है। यह तो आप सब देख ही रहे हैं।
सीन 3, अर्जुन और कृष्ण कुरुक्षेत्र में, महाभारत के पूर्व।
तुमने रथ को दोनों मध्य में लाकर क्यों रोक दिया है?
कृष्णा, मुझे लगता है मुझे ये युद्ध नहीं लड़ना चाहिए, क्योंकि मेरे समक्ष मेरे पितामह गुरु द्रोण और कौरव भ्राता है, वो सब युद्ध में मारे जाएंगे। और अगर मेरे रिश्तेदार, मेरे राज्य का कोई बचा ही नहीं, तो मैं इस राजपाट का क्या ही उपभोग कर पाऊंगा। अपने पितामह, गुरुजन और भ्राताओं को मारकर मुझ पर तो पाप चढ़ जाएगा और मेरा जीवन तो नरकीय स्थिति में चला जाएगा। हे जनार्दन, कुरुवंश का पूरा विनाश हो जाएगा। हे माधव, मधुसूदन, मुझे लगता है अब मैं युद्ध का निर्णय लेने में सक्षम नहीं रहा। अब मैं आपके समक्ष अपने आप को समर्पण करता हूँ और आप ही मुझे मार्ग दिखाइए।
तुमने अब खुद को मेरे समक्ष एक शिष्य की तरह भांति समर्पित किया है, तो अब मैं तुम्हारा गुरु बनकर तुम्हारा मार्गदर्शन करूंगा। हे पार्थ, तुम यह एक शरीर के धरातल को देख रहे हो, परंतु यह तो सब आत्मा है और आत्मा अनंत है। आत्मा की मृत्यु नहीं हो सकती, आत्मा तो अमर है। इसीलिए पार्थ, चिंता मत करो और अपने कर्तव्य का पालन करो। यहाँ उपस्थित सभी लोगों का सद्गति प्राप्त होगी और सभी को तो अपने कर्मों का फल भुगतना है, भले वह अच्छा हो या बुरा। तो पार्थ, चिंता मत करो और अपना कर्म करो, युद्ध लड़ो। पार्थ, तुम्हें मेरी प्रसन्नता के लिए युद्ध लड़ना है, क्योंकि मैं सबके हृदय में समाया हूँ। मैं सबके हृदय में समाया हूँ। मैं पालनहार हूँ। मैं भगवान कृष्ण हूँ। पार्थ, अपने लगाव को त्यागो और युद्ध करो। यह धर्म का युद्ध है, यह धर्म क्षेत्र है, यह कुरुक्षेत्र है। अब पार्थ, मैंने तुम्हें सारे निर्देश दे दिए हैं, परंतु अंतिम निर्णय हमेशा तुम्हारा होगा। तुम्हें युद्ध लड़ना है या नहीं।
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज माम एकम शरणम व्रज, अहम त्वं सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुच।
अर्थात सर्व धर्मों को त्याग कर मेरे शरण में आ जाओ। पार्थ, सभी कर्मों को फल की चिंता मत करो, मैं तुम्हारे साथ हूँ। पार्थ,
कृष्णा, मैं आपके सारे निर्देश समझ चुका हूँ और मैंने निर्णय लिया है, जैसा आप कहोगे वैसा ही करूँगा, क्योंकि भगवान के अधीन रहकर उनके बताए मार्ग पर चलना ही धर्म है। और अब मैं ये लड़ाई लड़ूंगा धर्म की स्थापना के लिए।
चलो पार्थ।
सीन 4, कर्ण और शल्य। शल्य पांडवों में नकुल और सहदेव के मामा थे, पर उन्हें कर्ण और दुर्योधन ने छल से कौरवों के पक्ष में ले गए थे। तो फिर देखते हैं कि शल्य अब कर्ण के साथ कैसा संभाषण करते हैं।
कर्ण,
तुमने और दुर्योधन ने मुझे छल से कौरवों के पक्ष में लाया है ना। अब देखो मैं कैसे तुम्हारा आत्मबल तोड़ता हूँ।
शैल्या, उस ओर चलो।
ओ कर्ण, तुम्हें क्या लगता है तुम राजा बन जाओगे? तुम एक सूत पुत्र हो, सूत पुत्र। तुम दुर्योधन के नौकर हो, नौकर, कोई राजा नहीं बनने वाले।
चुप रहो तुम।
अरे तुम छलिए हो, छलिए। तुमने छल से धनुर्विद्या प्राप्त की है। तुम्हें कोई योग्यता नहीं है। तुम्हें किसी का सम्मान करना भी नहीं आता है। तुमने द्रौपदी पांडवों का अपमान किया है। तुम कोई राजा नहीं बनने वाले, बड़े आए राजाओं के बीच में खड़े रहने वाले।
चुप रहो तुम और रथ चलाओ।
ओ कर्ण, तुमने युद्ध तो सीख लिया, पर धर्म और अधर्म में क्या चुनना होता है तुमने वो महत्वपूर्ण विद्या तो सीखा ही नहीं। और तुमने भगवान परशुराम से असत्य कह के विद्या प्राप्त की है। तुम्हारी मृत्यु तो निश्चित है कर्ण, निश्चित है।
बस करो, अब और मैं नहीं सुन सकता हूँ। बस करो तुम।
कि कटु शब्द कैसे एक व्यक्ति के आत्मबल को तोड़ देता है और उसके गंतव्य पे वह बहुत भारी पड़ता है।
एंड लास्ट सीन, कुरुक्षेत्र की लड़ाई के बीच युधिष्ठिर महाराज, अर्जुन और कृष्ण का संवाद।
भ्राताश्री, आप ठीक तो हो ना? आपका घाव गहरा तो नहीं?
अरे मूर्ख, तुम यहाँ क्या कर रहे हो? इतना महत्व युद्ध छोड़ के मेरा हाल पूछने आ गए। खुद को तो बड़े धनुर्धार कहते हो, फेंक दो अपना धनुष्य गांडीव।
अरे ये क्या कह दिया आपने? मैंने अपने जीवन में प्रण लिया है, जो कोई भी मुझे अपना धनुष त्यागने के लिए कहेगा, मैं उसकी हत्या कर दूंगा।
अर्जुन, तुम मेरी हत्या कर दोगे?
अब तो मुझे आपकी हत्या करनी ही होगी। इसका और कोई उपाय भी तो नहीं?
उपाय तो हर चीज का होता है अर्जुन।
क्या है उपाय माधव?
इसका उपाय यह है कि अगर तुम किसी व्यक्ति की बहुत निंदा कर दो तो ये उसकी हत्या करने के बराबर है।
ठीक है भ्राता युधिष्ठिर, चक्रवर्ती सम्राट तो आप बन गए हस्तिनापुर के, पर आपने कोई निर्णय सही नहीं लिया। महाराज बनने के बाद भी हमारे पास कुछ नहीं रहा। आपकी वजह से हमें 13 वर्ष का वनवास भुगतना पड़ा और 1 वर्ष का अज्ञातवास। आपकी वजह से मुझे ब्रियानाला बनकर भी 1 वर्ष रहना पड़ा। आपकी वजह से द्रौपदी का कितना अपमान हुआ। आप चौसर खेलने के लिए मान ही क्यों गए? आप शकुनी की सारी बातों में आ गए और हमें दांव पर लगा दिया, द्रौपदी को दांव पर लगा दिया। इस वजह से हमारे पास कुछ नहीं रहा, हमने सब कुछ खो दिया। हमारा राज्य, मान, सम्मान, प्रतिष्ठा।
अर्जुन, ये तुमने क्या कह दिया? तुमने तो मुझे दर्पण दिखा दिया अर्जुन। मेरा हृदय हताश हो गया है अर्जुन।
कृष्ण, अपने ज्येष्ठ भ्राता को इतना कुछ कहने के बाद अब तो मुझे आत्महत्या करनी ही होगी।
उपाय है अर्जुन, अगर कोई व्यक्ति खुद की प्रशंसा करे तो वह उसकी आत्महत्या के बराबर होता है।
मैं हूँ अर्जुन, विश्व का सर्वश्रेष्ठ धनुर्धर। द्वारकाधीश कृष्ण वो मेरे परम मित्र है। मेरे सामने कोई टिक नहीं सकता। हर कोई अपना धनुष मेरे सामने त्याग देता है। राजसूय यज्ञ के लिए मैं हर दिशा में जाकर हर राजा को मैंने परास्त किया है और राज्य पर विजय प्राप्त की है। द्रौपदी को भी मैं ही स्वयंवर में जीत कर लाया था। द्रौपदी का भी प्रिय मैं ही हूँ। भगवान शिव से पाशुपातास्त्र भी मैंने जीता है। देवता इंद्र वो मेरे पिता है। मैं तीनों लोकों में बहुत ही सम्मानीय हूँ। कृष्ण, ये मैंने क्या कह दिया? अपने ही मुख से खुद की इतनी प्रशंसा।
चलो अच्छा ही है ना, ना किसी की हत्या हुई ना आत्महत्या।
तो आपने देखा कैसे इस पांचों इंसिडेंट्स में 4 ऐसे थे जो बहुत ही नेगेटिव आउटकम को लेकर आए और एक था कृष्ण और अर्जुन के बीच, विच वर द वर्ड्स ऑफ विजडम। तो अगर हम भगवान की वाणी सुनते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, तो हमें रियल वर्ड्स का पावर समझ में आएगा। थैंक यू सो मच। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna. So let's give them a big round of applause by loudly chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So we thank all the members of the drama team. Hare Krishna. So now let's call upon someone who is going to give. You want to say something? Okay, so they have a message for you people, which they are showing it through their written words, that how criticism and self-praise is a self-killer. Negativity leads to discouragement. Words of wisdom, if spoken to someone, will uplift their lives. Risky outcome due to ignorance. And then the last one is that being sentimental is not sufficient in today's world. Understand the long-term consequences. So thank you very much, team, for your profound drama and giving us the wisdom. Okay, so now we will be beginning with today's lecture, which is based on words of wisdom, okay, from Vedic scriptures. So we would like to call upon Her Grace Radharani Mataji.
वैदिक स्क्रिप्चर से समझ।
So Her Grace Radharani Mataji has been connected to ISKCON Chowpatty Temple since 1992. She is a practicing devotee for almost 3 decades. Under the guidance of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, she has been a counselor to many of the youth girls like us for almost 3 decades. She has done her clinical psychologist degree, and because of that, she is very much able to connect with the girls, especially for the emotional well-being. So Her Grace Radharani Mataji will be sharing her profound wisdom of so many years through the topic today. So let's welcome her by loudly chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
हरे कृष्णा। सबको सुनाई दे रहा है? पीछे तक सुनाई दे रहा है? जो शिला प्रभुपाद के पास बैठे हैं उनको सुनाई दे रहा है? हरे थैंक यू। हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणावधूतं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी के नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So we welcome all of you to Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir. Those who have come for the first time, those who have come second time, and those who have been coming since a long time. Very good. So all of you can come in front. Everyone come close by. This is not going to be just a lecture. It's going to be an interactive session. So everyone please actively participate. I have 3 daughters your age. So when we start lecturing, what happens? That age girls go to sleep. Okay. So thank you. So you saw many dramas, many skits, okay? So I am going to tell you one more story which all of you might be knowing. If you know, then you can actively participate. If you don't know, you are learning something new, okay? So all of you have heard the story of Dhruva Maharaj? Anyone who has not heard? No? Okay, some have not heard. So there was a very, very great king. His name was King Uttanapa. He was actually the grandson of Brahmaji. Brahmaji's son was Swayambhu Manu and his son was Uttanapa. He had 2 wives. The elder wife was Suniti, who had one son called Dhruva. And the younger wife was, what was her name? Anyone knows? Suruchi. And she had one son called Uttam. So what happened one day was the king was sitting on his throne. And his younger son was sitting on his lap. And the king was just caressing him. How you do, how father does to a child, like this, talking to him. And at that time, Dhruva came there and he felt, oh, even I want to sit on my father's lap. So he ran to his father and he sat on the other leg. One was here, one was on the other leg. At that time, Suruchi, that means his stepmother, she came there. And very harshly, she pulled him off the king's lap. And she said, how dare you sit on your father's lap? You are not qualified to sit on his lap. Only my son can do that. And if you want to sit on your father's right, then you have to give up this body, take another birth and be born through my womb. Only then you can sit on his lap. And then at that time, Dhruva got very confused and he felt very hurt. He was only 5 years old. Can you imagine what a 5-year-old child must have felt at that time? And he looked towards his father, with hope that his father will intervene, will say something and say, no Dhruva, it's okay, you sit, I'll deal with her, or something like that. But Uttanapa, he was scared of Suruchi or whatever, she was his favorite queen. He did not speak even a single word. So then Dhruva ran out of that chamber. And with great anger, he ran to his mother's palace, rushed into a room. He was trembling, not with fear, trembling with anger, tremendous anger. That why I was not allowed to sit on my father's lap? Who is she to say this to me? And by the time he goes there, the news has already reached Suniti. So she takes him on her lap, she caresses him, and she says, what Suruchi said was true. Suruchi is his favorite queen, and therefore your brother is his favorite child. So he says, I want to do something so that I can have a throne greater than my father, greater than my grandfather was. So I want to do something. I want to go somewhere. I want to leave this place and go. So at that time, Suniti tells him that I have heard that the great rishis, the sadhus, they go into the forest and there they do tapasya, they do austerity, and by doing that they get the blessings and the darshan of Lord Vishnu. What you want to achieve, I can't help you with that. I don't have any power to give you that position or to help you to attain that position. But the Lord can help you. So you go. You have all my blessings. So Dhruva goes into the forest. And he meets Narad Muni over there. Rather, Narada Muni goes to meet him over there to check. Sometimes children, they have some ideas which they cannot manage. They cannot actually do those things. So Narad Muni tries to dissuade him that, why have you come here? You are staying in the forest, you are a prince, you have not lived a life of austerity. There are animals, wild animals, there is no food here, there are no soft beds. Go back. So Dhruva is very, very determined. He says, Oh Maharshi, I mean no disrespect to you, I offer you all my respect, but I am very clear about what I want to do. I will not go from here till I have attained what I have come for. So then Narad Muni tells him, if you want to attain that, then you do what I am telling you. And he gives him a full plan of action. And Dhruva does it. 1 month only eating fruits and roots, the second month only eating once in a week or once in a month, and then drinking only water. Like that for 6 months he does different type of vrat, and the last month he stops, in the second last month he stops eating anything. He survives on water, and in the last month he even stops drinking water, and then finally he stops breathing. He controls his breathing, he stops breathing. And when he stops breathing, then everybody in the universe also gets affected because it's an ecosystem. And at that time, the Lord appears in front of him. It's a long story, I'm telling it short. And he says, Dhruva, I'm very pleased with you. Ask me for whatever you want. So at that time, Dhruva, he says that actually when he does so much tapasya, his heart becomes clean. And Narad Muni doesn't tell him only to do tapasya. He also gives him a mantra to chant. So Narad Muni gives him a mantra. What is that mantra? Anyone know? Yeah. He is constantly chanting the mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Everyone say? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So by the constant chanting of this mantra, Dhruva's heart becomes cleansed. All the anger, all the resentment, all that was there in his heart is now gone. So now when the Lord asks him that, what do you want? So he says, my Lord, I was looking for broken pieces of glass, and what you have given me is diamond. The diamond is what? Pure devotional service. The diamond is love for the Lord. And he says that I am not pure, I am not worthy of getting your darshan, and I don't want anything. At that time I had those thoughts, at that time I had that desire, but now I don't have that desire. I don't want any of those things. The Lord said, but because you desired, now you will get it. Right? You will get it, but you will do it as a service to me. So then Dhruva goes back. So then it's a long story after that. So Dhruva becomes the king. He becomes a very great king. It's a long story. Those who want to read, it is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the entire story. So in this story, we see 4 personalities talking to Dhruva. Who are they? Raise your hand if you want to answer. Who are the 4 personalities who spoke to Dhruva? Yeah? Tell one. Suruchi, stepmom, yes. That? Narad Muni. Suniti, his own mother. And who? Yeah, Lord Vishnu spoke. Thank you. What was the difference? Now tell me what each one spoke. Not necessarily exact words, but what was the type of speech they had? Yeah. Suruchi discouraged Dhruva. Very nice. Anybody else? Suniti inspired Dhruva and motivated him. Anybody? Narad Muni? Narad Muni what? Yeah, shows the path. Yeah, thank you. Yeah? You wanted to say, no? You raised your hand also. Okay. Anyone else? Vishnu, Lord Vishnu? Blessed him and encouraged him also, right? So 4 types of speech. So you see, what was the impact of each one? What was the impact of Suruchi talking? There was anger. So when we talk with a negative emotion, what does it give rise to? Another negative emotion. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि आपने करेले का बीज डाला और आम का पेड़ आया. नहीं आया ना? नहीं आता है. ट्राई कीजिए चाहिए तो. You can try ना. You put the seeds of bitter melon and expect that you will get Alfonso mangoes. You won't get that. Then when Suniti spoke to Dhruva, what happened? He got motivation. Why? Because she spoke with compassion. Right? There was positivity, there was compassion, there was empathy. She tried to hear him, tried to understand. She did not directly tell him that don't get angry. She heard him out. Fully she heard what he was saying. And then she tried to understand what he was going through. And then with great compassion, she guided him and motivated him. Then Narad Muni, what happened when he spoke to Dhruva? He motivated him and instructed him, yes? Showed him the right direction. Why? Because Narad Muni had also come with compassion. Because he realized that a child who can leave the palace like this and go alone into the forest, that means he's made of some stuff. He's so brave, he's so courageous, and he has so much determination. So this boy can do what I'm going to tell him to do. And he does it, right? And then what did Lord Vishnu say to him? What was the mood of the Lord? The Lord's mood is always one of compassion and mercy. So although Dhruva says that I don't deserve this, but the Lord says, no, you deserve it. Because he is not seeing what has been done in the past. He is seeing what you are doing now. Right? He sees the overall picture. So that is the effect of words. The effect that words have on us. So there is one rabbi, one Jewish priest who said that words are the most powerful force that have been given to human beings. Right? Sometimes somebody may be in difficulty. You might want to give them money, help them with some finances or some other resources, but you may not be having. And you may feel helpless. I wish I could have helped this person. You don't have money, but you have words. Right? With your words, there are so many things you can do. With words, you can create or you can destroy. They are very, very powerful because every word we speak has an energy. Right? In psychology, we have a concept called emotional frequency. Every emotion that we have has a frequency. It has one energy. So if we are talking with anger, with guilt, with sadness, our energy level goes down like anything. We feel totally hopeless, helpless, and drained out. But same thing when we are talking with positive energy to inspire someone, to motivate someone, to help them, to heal someone, then those words will give them more energy and even our energy increases. So when we create that energy, we also get the same type of energy. It is said that anger is that poison which we drink and we expect that samne wala mar jayega, that the other person will die. No, we get equally affected as badly as the other person gets affected. So words, just as we say a knife can create, can save and can destroy. What can a knife create? sabji chopping, right? We can create great dishes with a knife. It can save a person's life and it can destroy a person's life, right? So a surgeon with a knife, a cook with a knife, and maybe a criminal with a knife. Depending on their motive, they can create or they can destroy. Similarly, the words that we use can uplift us, can help us to reach higher heights, great heights, or it can bring us down. Now we are speaking every day, right? Some of us even might be speaking in our sleep. Do you? Anyone? You do? Even I used to. I don't do now. Maybe I do now, but I'm... If you have any secret. Acha, okay, my God. So that's wonderful. That's first time I heard that. So, so we might speak in our sleep, we speak when we are awake. Okay, in our sleep we don't know what we are saying. But at least when we are awake, we should be conscious of what we are saying. So it is said that look before you leap and think before you speak. Very good. So now we saw so many skits over here. I will be discussing different aspects of how we can use words, with whom we use words, how we use words. And if any of the themes that were shown today, you feel relevant for that point, you can bring it up. We can refer to that. Okay? So the first one we can take is that we speak to our parents. Like who all we speak to? Parents, then friends, then equals, relatives, बस ड्राइवर्स, रिक्शा वालास. बोलते कभी अरे हमको आपको नहीं यहाँ नहीं जाना है तो आपको कहाँ जाना है, बोलो हम वहाँ आएंगे. We say that sometimes. Okay, we'll come where you want to go because you're not coming where we want to go, right? So we communicate with so many people in the train, right? You step on someone's foot, what do they say? दिखता नहीं है क्या? Then if somebody is angry, what they'll say? अरे, if you want to travel in such comfort, why don't you go by plane? Why are you traveling by train? So we get to hear all sorts of interesting conversations when we are traveling by train. And we realize those conversations don't have any meaning. They don't reach anywhere. Everyone knows the train is going to be crowded. Everyone knows somebody is going to step on my foot. My hair is going to get pulled. The bag handle will break sometime or the other. So rather than accepting that all these problems are because of the situation, it's not something personal anyone has against you. Yet people fight. Yet people fight because they can't control the urge to speak. Maybe they're angry at home with somebody and in the train whoever comes first gets it from them, right? So one type of speech is aggressive speech. When we get angry and we speak. In any of these dramas you saw anger? Karna getting angry with Shalya. Very good. So when we get aggressive, what happens? We speak without thinking. We speak without thinking what is the impact on the person in front of us. Right? Now Wednesday is Ram Navami. Right? Can you give me one instance or two instances from Ramayana where somebody spoke very harshly? Kaikeyi spoke very harshly. Right? Before Kaikeyi spoke harshly, who spoke harshly? Manthara. Anyone knows what she said? Kaikeyi actually loved Ram very much, more than Bharat. Every day in the morning, she would be the first person to take darshan of Lord Ram. She loved him so much. What did Manthara say to Kaikeyi? Yeah. Dasi. First, what does Manthara say? Manthara comes with the news that Ram is going to be coronated. And Kaikeyi says, wow. And she removes her necklace and gives it to Manthara. And then Manthara gives her a pep talk. You are an idiot. You are celebrating that Ram is going to get coronated. Are you understanding what would be the effects of that? What would be the consequences of Ram getting coronated? You will become, as she said, what did she say? You will become Dasi. Not only you will become Dasi, but Bharat also will become a Das of Ram. Right? And she keeps going on and on and on and on. When we hear negative talk, what happens? Our mind also gets contaminated. Have you had an experience where you are sitting and somebody is constantly complaining? Don't you feel your energy also going down? Right? Constantly complaining or criticizing, because as I said, all words have energy. Every word has energy. So there is one scientist who has done experiments on checking the energy of words. We'll come to that later on. So when we hear negative talk or when we engage in negative talk, our energy goes down. Our energy also gets contaminated. And then we attract more of that negative energy in our lives. So therefore, to think, speak in a positive and appropriate manner is the right thing to do. So one was Mantara. And those words that she spoke had such a major impact, right? She created chaos over there. They had to go to the forest. So many things happened. Right? We'll be celebrating Ram Navami on Thursday. We'll be hearing the Leela about what happened after Kaikeyi sent Lord Ram and Sita, Lakshman. She didn't send Lakshman, but he went. And so many things happened, right? So one is Manthara, who is another person who spoke very, very harshly. Kaikeyi spoke very harshly. Manthara spoke very harshly. Suparnaka. Suparnaka spoke. Shurpanaka, not Suparnaka, sorry. Shurpanaka spoke very, very harshly. To whom? She spoke harshly to Lakshman. She spoke harshly to Sita. She spoke harshly to Khar and Dushan, when they could not, when they got defeated. And then she finally went and spoke to Ravan. So her words were also so harsh, and she created chaos also. She created havoc, because of which ultimately Sita was abducted. Right? So there are so many instances in our scriptures where harsh words are spoken, and because of that there has been a lot of violence after that. Right? So aggression. So aggression never helps. So one is aggression, that somebody, targets us and speaks to us aggressively. And one is where we speak aggressively to others. Right? In psychology, there's a principle called fundamental attribution error. Anyone has heard of this? Okay, that means nobody from psychology background. Okay. So what does fundamental attribution error means? It means, like now there's a glass of water. I'm drinking this water, okay? Oh, the glass fell. When I'm drinking this water, the glass fell from my hand. The glass has broken. This is steel, let's believe it's glass. It broke. So someone asks, what happened? So I'll say the glass was slippery. Maybe somebody had not washed it properly. It slipped from my hand. Gir gaya, toot gaya. It broke. It fell. It broke. But supposing somebody else drops it, I may say, I don't, but I may say that what a clumsy oaf, butter fingers. एक glass भी ठीक से नहीं पकड़ सकती हो. क्या है? So imagine tomorrow if you have to carry your baby, if you drop the baby, then that's a stupid analogy, but anybody may say anything. So I may say that you are clumsy. So when I drop a glass, it was the fault of what? The glass and the person who washed the glass, remember? Yeah? So it was situational. The situation was such that I was given an oily glass. So kya karte? Gir gaya. That means the glass had some life, it decided to fall. It fell. So when I do something wrong, then it is situational. But when someone else does something wrong, their personality is it's a problem. They are clumsy. Do we do that sometimes? Do we have one set of rules for ourselves and another set of rules for others? Or have we met people who have one set of rules for themselves and other set of rules for others? Is it very frustrating? Is it frustrating when others do it? Do you think it can be frustrating to others when we do it also? Really? Achha, I thought when we do it's okay. That is the fundamental attribution error. That we have one set of rules for ourselves and one set of rules for others. So when someone behaves very aggressively with us, very harshly with us, what happens? Do you feel motivated to do what they are saying? Even if their intention is good, they may be thinking that, you will learn something or you will do something in life if somebody sets you straight, sets you right. Do you feel like doing? No. There is one relationship coach who has said a sentence which is very beautiful. He says, there is nothing that harshness can achieve that firm kindness cannot. Sometimes if somebody is not listening and if we speak very harshly, we believe that they will listen. No. Rather, if we speak firmly and with kindness, there are more chances that the person will listen. Is it not? When Suniti spoke, when Narad Muni spoke, Dhruva listened. Right? But when Surichi spoke with harshness, he didn't. He could not accept her words. So when somebody is speaking harshly, it affects us. Then we are not able to take even the little gyan that is there. Maybe some of the things they may be saying to us might be good. But because there's so much pain, our full focus is, because when we become emotional, our prefrontal cortex, our brain doesn't work properly. There's a part of our brain called the amygdala, which is the seat of emotions. And when that gets activated, then our brain can't think properly. There's what is called as a fight or flight response. For us, it becomes like it is not, but we start feeling that this is a life and death situation. Because when we get so disturbed. So therefore, when we speak harshly to anybody, understand that they cannot take it, they cannot get your message. So better to talk kindly, with respect and with firmness. And what can we learn when someone speaks to us harshly? What can we learn? Yeah. If someone speaks very harshly to us, we can also try to evaluate what made them talk like that. What is their situation right now? Right? Thank you for sharing. So, who spoke very harshly? Another personality in Ramayana. Who? Many. One. Give me one name. Yeah, Bharat spoke to his mother because he was very angry. So that time he was very, very upset. But Shatrughna was very angry. But Bharat calmed him down. He said, if Ram would be here, he would not like us behaving like this. So then that calmed down. Another personality who spoke very harshly, think? Lakshman. Yeah. So now many people spoke harshly when Ram was being sent. Besides that, anybody else? Ravan to Sita spoke harshly. Anybody else? Anyone else who spoke harshly? Think. Huh? Jatayu. Yeah, Jatayu didn't speak harshly, but he corrected him. He chastised him. But one personality spoke very harshly and very unreasonably also. Who? Who said that? Yeah. Sita Devi. Ravan was all the time threatening and all that. But Sita Devi, whom did she talk to? Lakshman. When Maricha died while screaming, he said, what did he say? Sita. No. What did Maricha say when he was dying? Marich, the deer, while dying. He said, Sita, Lakshman, save me, something like that. So then Sita she panicked. She said, Lakshman, go immediately. Lakshman said, first of all, I had said right in the beginning that this is not a deer, this is a demon. Second thing, I am telling you that nobody can harm Ram. Right? He has killed Khar and Dushan and 14,000 soldiers alone, single-handedly. Right? What is one Asura? It's not a big deal. He will deal with him. This is not Ram. This is Marich speaking. I know him. But Sita doesn't accept. She keeps telling him to go and Lakshman says, I can't go. Ram has asked me to protect you. Right? But she starts accusing him. She says that, now I understand. Now I understand why you came with us in the first place. You wanted to kill Ram, enjoy me, and become the king of Ayodhya. It was like a sword. Those words became swords and entered Lakshman's heart. It was so painful. Lakshmana, who had left his wife, he was living in celibacy. He had come alone. He was not sleeping at night. When Nidra Devi, she came to him, she said, this is offensive what you are doing. Nobody can challenge me. How can you not go to sleep for 14 years? So he says, my wife will sleep on my behalf. So then his wife Urmila, she sleeps at night and in the day she sleeps for Lakshman. So Lakshman, who was standing outside their kutir for all these years, collecting fruits, roots, and serving in such a way and never looking beyond Sita Devi's feet. That is why later on, while looking for the jewels, he could not recognize those jewels. Only when the Nupur were found, he could recognize. Anyway, he says, I know. He also, Lakshman was an angry young man at that time, right? He was the one who used to get angry at the drop of a hat. So he could have got really angry and done something. But what did he do? He paused. He stopped. He thought for a moment, who is talking to me right now? She is more to me than my mother also. And why is she behaving in this way? What is her situation right now? What has happened? She is in terrible anxiety and she is worrying about Lord Ram. And I'm also worried about him. I'm worried about her also. Right? So we are on the same page. That is why she is talking. Does she talk like this normally? No. This is an extraordinary situation. It's not a normal way of talking. So he says, I understand why you are talking like this. And I also know that when I go and when I come back, you won't be here. So still he draws the Lakshman Rekha. It's not that he gets angry and he does not do his service. He does that seva of drawing the line and he says, still you are inside this, you are safe. Don't come out from here. And then we know what happened afterwards. But Sita Devi spoke very, very harshly. And what was the impact of that? Because when we are angry, we don't understand what the other person is saying. Because our prefrontal cortex, our brain, our logical brain is not working at that time. So therefore, whenever you are very angry, don't speak. Calm down. It said even while cooking, we should not cook with anger. Those toxins go into the food. The people who eat also will be affected. Take a deep breath, compose yourself, maybe drink some water and then speak. So this is when aggression happens. So what do we learn when others behave in an unreasonable or aggressive manner? We can learn how we should not behave. Because what we are feeling when they are talking to us like that, so other people also will feel when we talk to them like that. So we can learn how I should not behave. Right? So rather than getting angry, they are getting angry, we are also getting angry, what's the point then? We are doing the same thing. We can learn from them that how it feels when someone talks to us in that way. So we should not talk in that way. Right? So that is the lesson we can learn from them. So we learnt about fundamental attribution error. Right? Remember clumsy butter fingers. Okay? So then, yeah. So one was, we spoke about the negative talk, about criticism, about complaining, about blaspheming, being very aggressive, right? Instead of complaining, there is a better way of getting things done. When we complain, when we criticize, rather than that, we can request. We want something, so we can convert a complaint into a request, right? Yes. If it is related to what I am speaking right now, yeah, you can ask. Is there another mic? 1 minute. Yeah, till the mic reaches her. Words once spoken cannot be taken back, right? So just like an arrow is shot, it cannot come back in your quiver. There's only one person who shot the arrow and it came back in his quiver. Anyone knows who it was? Lord Ram. To show Sugriva what was his power, he shot an arrow, it went to 7 tal trees, it went into the earth, came back and went back into his quiver. We can't do that. So we should be careful when we speak. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I have a question wherein I tried converting the complaint into request and kind of waited also for 2.5 years to talk to that person. I do understand that that person's mistake, the set of rules should be same for both, and that is the reason I tried my best. So what then if a person is not even able to give you 30 seconds to talk or request or communicate for that matter, in that particular scenario, what should be your take?
It means the person is not interested in communicating
That
with
is
us,
understood.
right? So what that person does is not in our control. That's a factor which is beyond our control. What is a factor within our control? That we communicate to ourselves, we compose ourselves, that this person is not interested in communicating. So why would we put our energy where it's not working? Let us put our energy elsewhere. Maybe if we have a need, we can talk to someone else. So this is a general question you have asked. Specifically, if you tell me, then maybe we can talk about it.
Sure.
Yeah, Haribol. Yeah. So when we say we are converting a complaint into a request, generally it's with people with whom we can complain. At least they are hearing our complaints, then they will hear our request, right? If they are not hearing our complaints, they will not hear our request also. But complaints generally don't work, because when you complain or we find fault with someone, generally what do? They become defensive, don't they? Right? So supposing I tell you that, I was so tired yesterday and I had to come home and I had to clean the whole kitchen. Everything was so messed up, right? I say that, and I say I was really tired. I wish I had some help from everybody yesterday night. That's a very general sentence. If I say that you people left the kitchen dirty, you all didn't even think about me, that I will be coming home after the lecture, I'll be so tired, sab ganda tha, mujhe aake sab saaf karna padega, You all are always doing the ta 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 ta. Rather, when I say that, if you can, I'm going to come at night today, I'm going to be tired, so please wind up, please clear up. Or if they have not done it, I go home and I tell them, can you please help me in clearing up, because I am tired. Which will work? Second one. Because we are talking about what we need. And in the first one and the earlier one which I mentioned, we are trying to prove that the other person is bad or other person is wrong. No one likes. Will we like if somebody blames us or corrects us? No. But if someone says, please help me, please support me, then there are more chances. If we are not available, we may say, no, I can't do it. But there are more chances of someone helping us if we use the right words. Have you tried this? Like for example, if I tell someone that, can you, like in the temple, if we tell someone that, can you please come and, help in setting up the dramas, getting the girls ready. They may say yes, they may say no. If I say to them, like last time, are you going to come late, or is it possible for you to come on time? That's a very, there's so many undercurrents in that sentence. So it's better I come directly to the point, and I can say that the last time, because some of the girls were late, so the drama ended late. So it will be nice if everyone can come early, then we'll be on time. Then we are talking generally. We are not pointing fingers at any one person and blaming them. So yeah. Anybody has any questions about this? Yeah. Mike.
And again, when the person is in aggression and we try to request at that time, but still if they don't come out of what's going in their head, then how does that affect us? Shall we think that our requesting is of no use, or shall we let them finish what aggression they have?
Yeah. You let them finish what aggression they have. And if you are at fault, you beg for forgiveness and then you talk. So when a person is angry, if you are trying to make a request, it's not going to work, because that energy is different. So you wait for some time and talk when things cool down. Calm down. Not talk when you are angry. When the person has spoken, you listen. And after the person has finished talking, you can say what you have to say. Again, not in an aggressive tone or in a critical tone. You can say that when I heard you say this, whatever, when I heard you say this, I felt hurt. And this is what I have to say. Can I say something? And then you say what you have to say. So you can express your feeling without being negative. Yeah, that's an art by itself. Yeah. Put it on. Press it and put it up.
Sometimes we get angry and we want to calm down, but the person in front of us is not letting us calm down. So what should we do in that situation?
There is a concept called timeout, which you have to decide before the anger begins. Like if it is between siblings, it is between husband and wife, mother and children, there has to be this discussion has to happen as a general talk. There are people whom you will be meeting in the Virar train. With them we don't try this. But in the house, if we know regularly कि भाई बहन के बीच में लड़ाई होती है, माँ बेटे के बीच में लड़ाई होती है, पति पत्नी के बीच में लड़ाई होती है, right? But in relationships there are conflicts, there are arguments, there are fights happening, right? So you decide beforehand that look, next time when we have a fight, we will not discuss anything important, because what happens, it doesn't reach anywhere. We keep blaming each other and no conclusion is reached. So better when we are angry, we should have the concept of time out. Time out means, abhi right now in the mood which you are in and I am in, we both will regret what we speak afterwards, because we may see things which are very hurting. And the main point doesn't get discussed at all. So let us not talk now. We are tired, we are hungry, let us eat food, let us take rest. And when we are fresh, let us talk when we are come with a fresh mind. For example, if children are talking to a mother very rudely, the mother will say that, I will talk to you when you are talking to me the way I am talking. If you are going to yell, I don't understand what you are saying. So come to me when you can talk to me in this tone. Right? Otherwise, what's the point? You are yelling, they are yelling, you don't reach anywhere. Right? Okay. Anybody else has a question, or does we move ahead? Yeah.
Some words are remain unsaid, and these feelings like we are lingering over.
No. Time out doesn't mean you talk after 1 year. You decide that right now we are tired, we'll talk tomorrow. Not that next Ram Navami we will have a discussion. When we say that we will talk tomorrow, we talk tomorrow. We make that commitment and we stick to it. Otherwise, next time the person will not take us seriously. For example, you and your sister. You have a sister, brother, a single child, you and your mother. If you all are fighting and you are very angry, you may say that I am very tired right now. I am not in a mood to talk right now. Is it okay if we talk about this tomorrow? Right? Not that she needs your help and you say we'll discuss this tomorrow. If she needs your help, you help her. As a mother, I am telling you this. Okay? Hari Bol. So this is about, we spoke about the aggression part. Now, one is what we speak to others, one is what others speak to us. This was covered. Now, when we speak to ourselves, are we mad? Do we speak to ourselves? You know what that is called? Self-talk. Right? What we say to ourselves in our mind is very, very important. That affects us a lot. Right? For example, if a student, there's one story of a student I'll tell you. So there was this student who was studying, giving a maths paper. And after giving that paper, this child got 60 out of 100 or 50 out of 100. And he was very upset about his marks because he had really worked very, very hard because he wanted to score more marks in maths. So when the teacher came to him, he looked very dejected. So the teacher asked, what happened? He said, again I got low marks in maths. I really put in a lot of effort. This time I really went, I really did my best. But even then I have not scored good marks. And see that other boy there, he hardly studies, but he got very good marks. He got full marks. So then the teacher told him, draw a box. He drew a box. He said, write your marks on top of the box. He wrote. So what he told the teacher is, he said that I am not a good student. I am not worthy. Nothing. I am not going to achieve anything in my life. So he got less marks in one subject, but he generalized the whole life only as if uska kuch hone wala nahi hai. It's like if you apply for a job and in one day no answer comes from them and you say, I am going to remain unemployed for the rest of my life. Isn't that a little bit, too much? It's called catastrophizing or awfulizing in psychology. Like making mountains out of molehills. Badha chadha ke sochna. Negative sochna. So then he said, nothing, I'm not going to achieve anything in my life. So at that time the teacher told him, draw this box, write what you have scored on the top. Now tell me how much effort you put. How much effort you put into studying your maths? He said, I put in 95% efforts. 95% effort I have put in. So he said, inside the box, draw one arrow and write 95%. He said, the world outside will see the 60 or 50, but the Lord within is seeing your 95%. So in His eyes, you are the best, because you have put in your best. What intelligence or what facilities, what resources we have got, that we don't have control. We are born with a particular body, with a particular IQ, with a particular mindset. That is what we have got, what we have. But what we do with it and how we do it, that is in our control, right? So our self-talk, what we say to ourselves is very, very important about ourselves or others. So we can change our self-talk if we change our thinking. Because what we say is ultimately what we have been thinking. So first is we have to have clear beliefs, right? For example, if I think that everybody should respect me, everyone should always obey me, who in Ramayana had that belief, everyone should obey me, respect me and listen to me all the time? Ravan. And what happened to him? He died. Yeah. So if we expect that all the time, we have a demand, people must listen to me and they must listen to me at all the times, do what I want, when I want, as much as I want, for as long as I want. Then what's going to happen? When someone doesn't do it, what will we think? He deserves punishment or she deserves punishment because she did not obey me, because she did not do what I tell her, right? So that will be our belief. So based on what we think, we will speak either to them or we will speak in our mind to ourselves, our self-talk. And then what will we do? It will come into our behavior. There is a cognitive triad, thinking, feeling and behaving. What we think, what we say to ourselves, that comes into our feelings. We start feeling like that. And then when we feel like that, then we do it. So that's why it's a very dangerous thing. We should be conscious about what we are thinking, because thinking is our self-talk. What we are saying to ourselves in our mind. So we need to be aware and conscious about what we are thinking, right? And if any of you have experienced that sometimes something negative happens and you keep ruminating, you keep thinking the same things again and again. Yes? Mic, where's the mic? Pass the mic. Yeah. Push it up. Wait. Don't put it down again.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
I am from psychology department,
Okay.
and we had this gathering the other day when we were experimenting. And that day we were supposed to have a self-talk, and firstly we were giving emotions. Like firstly we were supposed to think all the bad things that happened in our life. And it was very impactful. It actually made people cry. So I just wanted to add that self-talk is very important in today's life, because people don't give time for ourselves and they just think about others.
Yeah.
And when we think positive, it actually helps us clear out and feel very happy for the entire day. So it's just that I wanted to add, ki if you guys ever feel sad, just talk with yourself and think positive. It will make you feel very nice and your day will become very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, very true what she said, because as we said, what emotions we have, we will have that energy. Yeah, you wanted to say something? Yeah. They have a mic there. Yeah. You were fantastic, huh? You took part in the drama? Oh, okay, there was another girl who looks just like you.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
So I always feel we have two minds. I don't know. Like for one moment I am thinking very positive, right? So I can do this, I can do this. Then there is some sound behind my mind that no, you can't. No, you can't. It's a war going on in my mind. There are two minds I feel sometimes. One is very conscious, no, you you can do this. And then there is, I don't know what is going on in my mind, but there is some voice that, no, you can't do this. No, you, even if I'm thinking good about someone, then there is another voice, no, you're not thinking good. Like, I don't know. I always feel there are two minds and I'm very confused. I get confused between them.
Yeah, everyone has it. Right? So, it is said that there is a good dog and there's a bad dog. Switch off the mic, it's echoing. So, there's a good dog and bad dog in everybody. That is the good mind and the bad mind. Mind is only one, but it has two, it has all facets. So, when does a dog bark? When does a dog bark? When it is strong. Where does it get its strength from? Food. So, whichever dog you feed more will be more strong, right? Will be stronger. So, if our mind is telling us something negative and we act on it, then that thought becomes more powerful. But if that thought has come to us and we are realizing that it is negative and we should not act on this, and we don't act on it, we just ignore it, we let it come and go. In our mind every day, 70,000 thoughts come and go every day. Because some we are not even conscious of. But whatever thought we focus on, that thought becomes stronger. Just as you have your favorite tunes that you like to hear, favorite maybe shows that you like to see, right? So when you click the first two alphabet, the name comes. But it becomes like your default setting because you have been hearing and seeing those things regularly. Sit down. So it comes automatically. Same way, if we have got used to talking negative, if we have got used to thinking negative about others, then that will become our default setting. Even when we find something good in someone, will think there's something wrong here, how I'm thinking good about this person, right? So therefore, to practice talking good, thinking good, looking for the good. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect, neither we nor anyone else. We are a combination of strengths and weaknesses. Everyone has their strengths. Nobody is completely bad. Even the worst person will have at least one good quality. Something good would be there in them. And even the best person would have one weakness or one limitation, right? So what we practice, that becomes a way of our thinking and our life. Shri Radha Gopinath Lalita Vishaka Girdhar Gopal Nitai Gaur Chandra ki jai. That is why there is a concept called gratitude journaling. That every day to write down at least 5 to 10 items that we are grateful for in our life. Somebody has done something good for us. Our body is doing so much for us. How many of you have ever thanked your body organs? Your kidneys, your hearts, you're done? Wow, very good. Your kidneys, your organs are helping you day and night. 24/7 they are working. They don't charge us anything. And they are going on without any thank you from us. How will we feel when nobody says thank you to us? To our parents, to our teachers, to our well-wishers, to the community helpers, right? To the sun, the moon who give us energy. The rain cycle is because of the sun, right? We would not get drinking water if it were not for the sun who evaporates water from the ocean. We can't drink salt water. So like that, so many people are contributing in our lives. We are not conscious. But when we express gratitude every day if you keep a gratitude journal and wherever you are, yeah, who asked the question? So every day if we are doing gratitude journaling, then new neural pathways are formed in our mind. There's a concept called neuroplasticity. Even though we may have been used to finding, these negative things in others, catching people doing wrong instead of catching people doing right. But every day if we are doing this gratitude journaling, because each and every day we are doing, new neural pathways are formed. Then that becomes a habit. And then that becomes our culture in the long run. So practice gratitude journaling every day. At least minimum 45 days without a break, do it and you see that your thinking and your energy will change. Because according to the energy frequency curve, joy or happiness and gratitude have the same frequency of 540 megahertz. Whereas guilt, shame, their energy is 20, 30, like that. Anger, they are all very low. But the positive emotions and especially gratitude is on a very high level. So expressing gratitude to everybody. If we make that a way of our life, we will not get so much affected by the negativity of others in our life, or we will not look for the negative. Yeah, thank you for that question. So we spoke about how words have energy, right? They have a lot of power. Now there are different types of, we had aggression, we had self-talk, we had talking to others, others talking to us, right? And when we are keeping on talking the same thing, now then those words come in our mouth. When we keep thinking, it comes in our mouth. So there's one story of Dennis the Menace. He's a cartoon character. He's a small boy who was very naughty, and his mother is always trying to discipline him, never successful. So one day, Dennis's father's boss is coming to the house. So the mother tells Dennis, don't do any mischief. Today, your papa's boss is coming. And this boss, he has a very long, big nose. Really big nose he has. Don't pass any comments about his nose. Actually, you don't come here when he comes. So they try to keep him away. And she's whole day telling him, don't say anything about his nose, don't say. So she's thinking about the nose. So when the boss comes, she gives him tea. They normally in the Western countries, they give black tea and they ask whether you want sugar or milk. So when she goes to give him sugar, she says, how much nose can I put in your tea? Because she has been thinking of that all the time, right? So what we think, it comes in on our tongue also. Therefore, we should correct it at this level itself. Our beliefs we should correct here before they come here. Right? So then there are notes. We write notes, we write messages. Okay, messages at least on WhatsApp you can delete, but you have sent a mail, you can't. No? So when we put things into writing, also we need to be very careful what we are saying, because it's like speaking only. So we have to be very, very careful before we send. Because whatever we say or whatever we message or we write, those are wounds that cannot be healed. If an arrow pierces, at least that wound can be healed. But words cannot be healed. It said that once a man, he slandered his neighbor. He spoke very ill about his neighbor and then he started feeling bad. Because he had used a lot of negative words. So he went to a preacher and he said that I want to repair this. I want to take back those words. So the preacher told him that he said, get a bag of feathers. Come here. So he collects a lot of feathers and he comes there. So this preacher tells him that you go to the middle of the city and put all the feathers there on the road, in the middle of the road. So he does that. He comes back. Then the preacher tells him, now go and get all those feathers. Feathers will not remain there. They fly away. So he comes back with an empty bag. He says, I couldn't. So then that person tells him, just as you could not retrieve the feathers, you cannot take back the words that you have spoken. Therefore, we need to process our thoughts before we speak. We can always take a pause. If somebody asks us something or we are upset, we can pause for a minute, do some deep breathing, drink some water, compose ourselves, think, and then speak. If we want to speak something good, we should not wait. If it is something negative, we should wait. Because we ourselves may realize that it's not the right thing to say and we may stop ourselves from saying it. Or we can check with somebody whom we trust whether what we are thinking or what we are going to say is the right thing. Ravana never checked with his courtiers. He never listened to his brother Vibhishan. So he made a lot of wrong decisions which we can't even say he regretted because he didn't live to regret also. He died before that. So from a toothpaste, if we remove the paste, maybe by pressing the side, little paste can go in. But if I remove all the toothpaste and I tell you put it back, can you? You can't. So remember this example of toothpaste before you speak. It can't go back into your mouth. Then the vows that we take. So taking vows are considered to be very good. It shows that you have somebody mic is on? No, because some sound is coming. Everybody from down? Okay. So when vows are taken, it is considered to be very good. But sometimes when we take a vow, without thinking, it can have a negative impact. Any example? Which one? Bhishma. Why? There was such a negative impact because of the vow that he took, although his intention was very good. Another one? Dashrath Maharaj. So like this Arjuna took that vow that anyone tells me to keep the Gandiva, I will kill that person. Also Arjuna had taken a vow that if I don't kill Jayadratha before sunset. So when we take vows also, we should be careful whether we will be able to keep up that vow and whether that vow is actually sensible, right? And then vows that we make will hinder our relationships. They can spoil our relationships and our life also. Therefore, we need to be very careful. But Lord Ram, he took one vow. Does anyone know what vow Ram took? No, that was not a vow. That was his duty to take care of Sita. So, yeah, that was a vow which Dashrath made Ram do it. I think some sound from here. Yeah. No, it's from here only. Sound. So what happened is when Vibhishan came to take shelter of Ram, so that time everybody was against Ram accepting him, because how do we know? He may be a spy on behalf of, on the bequest of Ravan he may have come. But at that time, Ram, he speaks this very beautiful words. He said, Sakrud eva prapannaya tava asmi iti chayachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadami etad vratam mama. Whoever takes shelter in me, having said, I am yours just once, I vow to protect them and grant them fearlessness. Can this vow be harmful for anyone? Don't you think this vow will give a lot of hope? Anyone, he says, and after that he says, even if Ravan comes right now to me, I will forgive him and I will accept him. And I will make him the king of Lanka. I'll keep him as the king of Lanka. He says, but you have already crowned Vibhishan. Okay, then I will make him the, Vibhishan is the king of Lanka. I will make him the king of Ayodhya. Then what about Bharat? I will make him the king in the spiritual world. So when the Lord takes vows, those vows are very positive and they give great hope to all of us. So that's Lord Ram's vow. Then we come to mantras, right? So there are lot of effects of mantras. Do you know of any case that somebody chanted a mantra and they fell into difficulty? We just saw na Kunti Devi. Yeah. So our intention may be very good. With our words, our intention, we may have started off with a very good intention. But what is the impact of what we are speaking? That is what we should think of before speaking. So Kunti was a very young girl. She was, as it was mentioned on that she was immature. Right? What was the first word written on top? Ignorant. She was not ignorant, but she was ignorant about the effect of that mantra. She wanted to check, is it working? She did not know that this is what is going to happen. So that mantra had that type of effect. On the other hand, the mantras that are given to us by the scriptures, they are very, very powerful. Anybody knows somebody who chanted a mantra and completely his life got transformed? Dhruva Maharaj, yes. And who? Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj didn't get transformed. He was a pure devotee from the womb only. Valmiki, right? He was a highway robber. He was a terror. He used to kill people. And he could not even chant the mantra when he was given the name Rama. So Narad Muni was so compassionate that he did not say, okay, tumhara to kuch hone wala nahi, forget you. You are destined to go to hell. No. He told him, okay, you say Mara. Maram, Ram, 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 Ram. For thousands of years, that the ants built an anthill around him. That's called Valu, na? Termites. So that's why he was called Valmiki. And by chanting that, he got so much, he became so cleansed of all the, the sins that he had done, the impurities that were in his heart, that he was able to visualize and write the Ramayana, many of the things even before they happened. So much power Valmiki had, right? So chanting mantras are very, very powerful. Our dear Srila Prabhupada, who established ISKCON, when he went to the Western world
right? He hardly had any support over there. He didn't know anyone much over there. He didn't have much money. He took the Bhagavatam with him, but he believed that the Bhagavatam took him there, right? He took the Bhagavatam with him. He had some small one pair of kartals. He would sit under a tree and chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and then he would speak. And he had a very heavy Bengali accent. And all these Westerners who could not understand anything that he was speaking, but they could feel the warmth, the compassion that was coming through his words. And they would sit and they would listen and they would all join. Everyone would get their own instrument and join when Srila Prabhupada was doing kirtan. And that's how they became devotees. The power of mantra, the power of sound vibration. Because these are the words that are spoken by the Lord, Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was in complete depression when he surrendered to Krishna and he says that, I can't think straight now, you advise me. And that's when Krishna gave him all the knowledge. And if any of you have read the Bhagavad Gita, nowhere has Krishna demanded surrender from him. Nowhere. He gives him so many options. There are different type of yagya. If you do this, this happens. If you do this, this happens. These are the choices. Like we have MCQs. So there were MCQs in Bhagavad Gita also. Like you can choose. But if you do this, you get this. If you do this, you get this. And then at the end of it, what does he say? Yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. Now I have told you everything. I have given you all the knowledge that you need to overcome the sorrow or to overcome the depression that you are going through. And now Arjuna, as they enacted very beautifully, that now the choice is yours. So because those are the words that are, that's Shabda Brahma, it's spoken by Krishna, so those words are eternal. So it's whether it is Krishna speaking to Arjuna or you reading the Bhagavad Gita, it is as if Krishna is speaking to you or you are hearing from someone else who is speaking the Bhagavad Gita. It has the same effect. What does he say? That now I am feeling empowered. Now I am feeling happy. Now I can take the right decision. So when we hear that type of sound vibration, when we hear mantras, when we chant those mantras, all mantras have a lot of power. So by saying those mantras, we become cleansed and we get positive energy. Just by expressing gratitude to an ordinary person, if we are saying that a person who is on 20 can come to 540, which is the same frequency as joy. You can go and look it up on Google. You type emotion frequency chart. You will get a cone. You see that there will be an article with that. Read about it. And read about frequency of gratitude also. There also you will get information. So imagine you are expressing gratitude to some human being who has helped you. Your mother, your teacher, your boss is giving you salary, the sun is giving you all these things. But then the Lord who has created the whole universe, who has given us this body and everything that we have has been given to us, right? So if we are expressing gratitude to somebody and it has such a positive effect, can you even imagine how much effect will be there when we express gratitude to the Lord? When we call out His holy names, when we say prayers to Him, when we chant the verses that He has recited, how much positive benefit what a positive impact it could have in our life. We can't even imagine. But it does. It has a very, very positive, very, very positive effect. So now I'll come to what the effect of sound is. So there was one scientist, I said, his name was Masaru Emoto. He did a research. He actually did a proper research. He exposed water bodies, water in containers and all, to different type of sounds. So when positive sounds, when mantras were chanted or when positive sounds were there, the water, when they would see, it would crystallize into very beautiful forms under the microscope when they would check. But the same things, when they would keep that water and speak very harsh language, bad words, that water would not have any structure. It would be chaotic. You could see, and you can go. His name is Masaru Emoto. You can actually go on the net and you can check. You will get to see videos also. So that is the effect. So can you imagine, just by speaking few words, it has the effect on water. In our body, we have water. In our brain, there is water. In our body, there is water. So therefore, when we speak harsh words, it has an effect on our mind. Because our brain has water. And when we speak positive, when we chant mantras, when we hear good things, when we speak good things, when we think good things, it has a very, very positive impact in our life. Right? Many times we get into right and wrong. I am right, she is wrong, right? But rather than right or wrong, what is needed at that time if we speak? What is appropriate? Uchit, anuchit, right? So that, to get that, you have to have what is called as vivek buddhi, the power to discriminate between what is right and what is wrong. Like a swan. If you mix milk and water and give to the swan can separate the milk from the water. How do we get that vivek buddhi? To understand what is right or wrong. We get that by chanting the mantras, by hearing from the scriptures. It sharpens our intelligence. And if our intelligence is strong, our intelligence can tame the mind. Where she said that we get good thoughts, bad thoughts. So mind is always restless. But when we are hearing from the right sources, we are hearing the right things, when we are chanting the right things, the right mantras, reading from the scriptures, doing kirtan, then all these positive things that we are doing, they give us what is called as viveka buddhi. To be able to differentiate between what is not only right and wrong, but what is appropriate and inappropriate. There's one story that one sadhu, there was a cow that entered his ashram. I don't remember his name. And 3 robbers, they were trying to catch the cow. So when they came, that cow already ran out. So they asked the sadhu that, where did this cow go? So he pointed in the direction of the cow. They caught the cow, they killed the cow. Who got the sin for that? The sadhu. Of course, those who did it, they got it, but the sadhu got. So when he went to Yamraj, he said, why am I being punished? I spoke the truth. He said, but speaking a truth when you know it's going to cause violence, then that is not the truth. So that is not the right way. So getting into the addiction of I am right. I may be right, but in trying to prove that I am right, I might do what? I might break relationships. I might hurt people and break people's heart. So remember that it's not only about right and wrong, but it's about what is needed at that time, at that point in time. When someone comes to you with a difficulty, telling them something very harshly is not going to be beneficial to them, even if it is the truth. So when we chant, when we hear regularly, we understand what to say when, how to think correctly, how to talk in a proper way, how to lead our life in a proper way, so that we can have a fulfilling and enriched life. Okay? So let us chant these mantras that we have been talking about now in Kirtan. So Srila Prabhupada gave everyone this mantra which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had taught. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When we chant these mantras every day, when we chant these mantras all the time, what happens is the Lord is actually dancing on our tongue when we are chanting the name. He is so humble. Our tongue is not exactly a clean place, nor is our heart a clean place. But He agrees to come into our mouth. He agrees to enter into our heart. Why? Because He is always compassionate and merciful. So let us all chant with full energy. Let us express our gratitude. And Wednesday is Ram Navami. Let us express our gratitude to Lord Ram for this vow that He has made, that anyone who comes to me once and says, I am yours, He accepts us and He takes care of us. Same thing with Krishna. Once if we say, Radha Gopinath, we are yours, please take care of us. They will take care of you. They will give you the right intelligence. They will create the right association for you, so that you can actually serve them and have a wonderful life. Somebody raised their hand. Yeah, you had a question? Can we take one question? Or only one question, because others we won't have time for kirtan then. Only one, na, Ishita? One question. One or two? Yeah. Yes?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Today when I was coming here, I met a person in a rickshaw, the rickshawala uncle itself. By seeing me, he said, "You are a Hare Krishna people. I firmly believe in Ram. We are Ram Bhakta." So I was just trying to make him realize that they aren't different. It is just an avatar. But he started almost having an argument with me, and somewhere it made me angry. So what to do in such situations when people don't understand our point and this makes us angry? So how to reflect and react in such situations?
What should we do when somebody is not understanding?
And this is making us aggressive.
If you come to my house, you have eaten a full meal at home, okay? Full. What is your favorite item?
Krishna.
Aha, that's a beauty. You must be having one favorite item that your mommy makes on your birthday. Pani puri, yes. So you have eaten one full packet of 100 puris, pani puri, okay? Because you love it. And now you have come to my house. And I tell you that, I have made very nice khichdi. What is your name? Sakshi, I have made wonderful khichdi with lot of vegetables and ghee. You must eat some. And what will you say? Huh?
I like pani puri.
You like, no, but you have already eaten. You will say, I like pani puri, or you will say, my pet bhar gaya hai. Like, so you are completely satisfied with the pani puri. So is my khichdi bad? Am I bad? Do you hate me? Of course you hate me. You are not eating the khichdi which I am giving you. It's not fair. You came to my house, Sakshi, and you are not eating my khichdi. Do you hate me? Why do you hate me so much, Sakshi? He is full with worshipping Ram. So why would we want to equate or talk to him about Krishna? We know that they are the same. So if he is worshipping Ram, then Krishna is also pleased with him. So religious preferences are their personal choice. We should never argue with anyone about their feelings about religion. Everybody will have their own thought process. As long as they are following Sanatan Dharma, they are within the Vedic fold, we should not get into arguments, and nor we should get angry. In fact, we should be grateful that there are such people who are willing to stand up for what they believe in. Right? Today, if somebody argues with you, if you are also arguing, argument, it can be samvad. Between Krishna and Arjuna, it was never an argument, if you see. At one point, Arjuna asked him, Krishna, you are confusing me. One side you are telling me fight, and one side you are telling me you should have equanimity, you should have tolerance. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shita ushna sukha dukkada agama apaino anitis tam stitikshasva bharata. Be tolerant to Arjuna, and other side you are saying yuddhasva Arjuna. Go and fight. What exactly are you trying to tell me? Then Krishna explains to him again the three modes, that it is not that you should not fight, but you should fight for dharma. Not because of your emotional disturbance. Not that you are angry so you killed someone. No, you killed him because you are fighting for dharma, and he is in the camp which is supporting adharma. So then he explains. So everywhere there is a samvad. You can have discussions. It should not turn into a fight. So if you realize you are becoming emotional about the discussion, you should stop discussing. Should come out of that discussion. Talk about it. You can have any amount of vaad vivad. Discussions were always encouraged in Sanatan Dharma. There is no problem with people having differing opinions. But when we become emotional and we feel that I am right, right and wrong nahi dekhna hai humko. What is appropriate and what is inappropriate. Otherwise, a husband and wife joke, which I have told many times in Chetana lecture. Husband and wife were arguing about which is sharper, knife or scissor. Wife said scissor, husband said knife. They argued for a long time. They went out into the courtyard. There was a well. Husband said, if you don't listen to me, I'll throw you in the well. She said, scissor is sharp. He picked her up. Disclaimer, I am not telling anyone to throw anyone in the well. He threw her in the well. After she fell in the well, he asked, okay, now tell me which is sharp, knife or scissor. She showed this and she went in. Doob gayi. So that wife can be equated to our relationships. That we are willing to end our relationships to prove that we are right. Doesn't matter whether you feel Krishna Bhakti is Krishna and Rama same and he doesn't believe in it. It's okay. Doesn't matter. I can't force you to eat khichdi when you want to eat pani puri. You haven't eaten khichdi? Acha, okay, 6 months. Come to my house, I'll make pani puri for you. Okay, anybody else has any questions? Yeah. How do you remove negativity from your mind? One is by doing gratitude journaling and by doing pranayam. Because our mind and our body is connected. Have you observed that when you are very angry, you start sweating, you start getting palpitation in the heart, you start feeling a knot in your stomach. Some children, they pass urine when they are nervous. When you become nervous during your exam, you forget what you have studied also. What you know also you forget. One question comes which you don't know and then you forget what you know also. Why? Because the brain doesn't work when you are angry. I said prefrontal cortex does not work. So what do? Why brain doesn't work? Because when there is a difficult situation, the brain passes a message to the heart that this is a life-threatening situation. Pump blood to the hands and the legs, the extremities. So either you can fight with your hands or you can run with your legs. Flight or fight response, right? So even blood is not going to the brain at that time. That's why we can't think straight. When we do pranayam, what happens? Blood goes to the brain, oxygen goes to the brain. Our body calms down. Our brain and our heart, our body gets the message, all is well. But we don't start learning pranayam when we are angry. Just as if you have jumped from a parachute, from a flight which is going to crash, you don't start learning swimming when you are in the air. Na? Swimming pehle se aana chahiye. Same way, you do pranayam every day, you do deep breathing every day, you do gratitude journaling every day. Then when you are disturbed also, you will be able to remember that at this point in time, I should not say anything. Let me compose myself. So go to a place, drink some water, do some deep breathing, your mind will calm down. Yeah? Try it. Yes. Tell him to hear this Chetana class. Those who are demanding, you can't change their nature. Yeah. How we can deal with them? We have to deal with them by doing what we can control. If you can deal with them, fine, find another job. You can't change people unless they are very close to you and they are willing to listen. We cannot make someone listen when they don't want to listen. Don't put your energy where it's not going to work. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Kirtan?
Hare Krishna. So we thank Her Grace Radharani Mataji by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So I'm sure many of you have questions. So Mataji will be available till end of Kirtan. So if you want to ask her some questions personally, you can carry on. Since it's already 7:30, we will be starting the Kirtan. So all girls are requested to do the Kirtan right from this particular line. Some of you, if you are getting late, the prasadam is already ready. You can go downstairs near the kitchen and start having prasadam. So next Chetana will be on May 11th, a very empowering session again by one of the author. The book is basically named The Woman Who Rebuilt. It's a book on Draupadi, how she rebuilt herself and a completely, shattered kingdom. So you have already have the passes of next Chetana. Please do come. If you do not have the passes, there is Harshada standing behind. You can get it from her. So thank you all very much. Let's join for a Kirtan. Hare Krishna.